call the meeting to order. Welcome commissioners, staff, petitioners, and citizens to the November 14th Mishawaka Plan Commission meeting. I'll do introduction of staff. To my left, we have Krista Hill, our senior planner. Sitting next to her is Derek Spear, our city planner. To my right, we have Shad Annis, our associate planner. Donna Burkhart, our administrative planner. In the front row, to my left, we have Ken Prince, our executive director. And next to him in the front row, we have David Bent, our legal counsel. Donna, would you please call the roll?
Chris Jamrose, Murray Wynn,
I believe Murray may be online, so let's give him a second. Murray, are you there? Okay, sorry, keep going.
Woody Emmons,
Here.
Sam Cressy,
Here.
Nick Triola,
Here.
Dale Freeman,
Here.
Kathy White Gaddage, here, Mike Portalease,
Here.
Chris Torty.
Here. And let's turn this down. Great, the rules of the procedure will be up on the board shortly, I believe. And we do all of our speaking at the podium. When you come up, please state your name and address clearly so Donna could take that down in the notes. First, we'll hear a presentation by the petitioner. For each item, we will ask those participating in the room to speak first, followed by those participating online. Then we'll hear from those who wish to speak in favor of the request and those who wish to speak against the request. If you have general questions and you're not sure whether you're speaking for or against, I suggest you come up during the against. We'll accumulate all of the questions, and then we'll have a right of rebuttal by the petitioner. We'll close the public hearing, and then we'll have a commission discussion and a commission vote. The previous month's minutes were distributed. Were there any additions or corrections to those minutes? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the minutes say aye. Aye. Opposed? And the previous minutes pass. Are there any conflict of interest on any of the agenda items by the commissioners tonight? Hearing none, that brings us to the first item, which is petition number 23-22, a request submitted by Petkoff and Sons LLC requesting to rezone property at 1213 East Jefferson Boulevard from I-2 heavy industrial to C4 oriented commercial for lots 8 through 11. Is there somebody here or online to present this petition? Hello.
Hello, I'm Grigor. I have to say the name and the address, correct?
Yep, name and address.
Grigor Petkov, 1315 Highland Village Drive, Mishawaka, Indiana.
Great, thank you for that, and tell us about your petition.
Okay, so I own the dealership on the other side of the street, and I'm expanding the park. I'm expanding on both sides, basically, and I already I purchased the radios and the parking lots. Yes, which is that right there. And I'm looking to rezone it to match my parking lot that's being finished as we speak, which is right there, yes.
Great. Thank you for that presentation. Is there any questions? I think we had this last time around, right? And there was some question about the I-2 heavy industrial cannot be used in conjunction with the sales of the cars and business repair, and you were going to look into that, so.
Correct. So the reason I excluded the bottom section is because I'm still, yes, I'm working on getting plans going for that, but I know exactly what I'm doing on the section right there off of Jefferson. So that is my main focus right now. The very next step I'm going to do is turn in plans once I finalize those plans as to, you know, to finish that and tie it properly, make it presentable, because right now it's really not. So I know the first step was to rezone it. Okay. I hope you guys saw. I hope you guys drove by and saw what it's looking like, and it's turning out pretty good.
Great. Is there any follow-up questions?
Are there any significant changes this month from last month in your presentation?
Not really. Yeah, the only thing I did is I basically removed the bottom portion. I didn't want to deal with that at this current time. I just wanted to get the frontage done on Jefferson.
Because it does say R1 single family on here, south. I guess that's, maybe I'm reading this wrong. Maybe that's the property to the south.
Yeah, and
Yep, it is.
I don't know what that so that,
Bless you.
it's very strange how that whole section is zoned. I believe that house just got sold to they're renovating it right now. I think it got sold to a flipper, or I'm not quite sure. But it just sold like within the last month.
Okay. Good. And I did misread it, so I
Yeah.
apologize for that.
No
Thank you.
problem. Yep. Okay, any further questions?
Yeah, question.
Yep, go ahead,
Just for
Woody.
clarification from the last time, how far up are you going towards Reggio, the old business?
I can't hear you, I'm sorry.
The restaurant that's closed,
Correct.
how far is your, up to it? Are you right up to their property line? Or the restaurant?
Yes. So we're like, I believe the property line ends just maybe 2 or 3 feet behind Reggio's. I'm not sure exactly how many, but it's pretty close.
I'm talking about, it's facing Jefferson. If you go west on Jefferson, where does your property line? You're not touching Reggio's at all, right?
Reggio's is mine.
Okay,
So-
and are you gonna tear that down then?
I don't know yet. I'm working on plans. I actually want to try to repurpose the building, but it's too early in this. I don't know if I'm able to. The building is in pretty rough shape, so I just really got to go through it and see if I can salvage it.
Okay, if you salvage it, are you take it into your business?
Correct. Yes, I intend on tying everything together in my business.
Okay. And just to bring me up to stuff, if you take that into your business, is it zoned properly?
Well, that's what I'm working on today, is to zone it.
Well, what I'm trying to get at is, it's sitting there now, you're telling me that you don't know when you're gonna do anything to it.
To be for me to actually try to repurpose the building and submit plans with the state and, what to do. I'm sure I have to bring something to, it's too early in the stage to figure out what I have to do, what kind of money I gotta spend to, make the building usable. Because right now, it's just not usable. I think it's an eyesore.
Okay. So it's your intention then, sometime down the road, to take this building and revamp it?
Correct, either revamp it or like whatever I'm able to do, but yes.
Okay. Okay, and if you revamp it for your business, is there going to be any kind of auto repair in it?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, so you're going to have to follow the guidelines of
Absolutely.
oil traps and everything like that?
Absolutely.
Okay, okay. And how much property did you buy on the east side of Reggio's?
So I own all the way to Merrifield. So from Reggio's.
Well, that's to the west.
Wait, east side. No, I have nothing there on the
Okay,
east
so
of it.
just right to the property line of Reggio's?
Correct.
Okay, you don't own anything more to the east other than that?
As of right now, no.
Okay. Okay, thank you, sir.
Hey, no problem.
If you find that the Regios building is not reusable, I assume you would demolish it and build something
Yes,
in the same place, or would you locate
in the
it
same
differently?
place.
Okay.
And just from what I saw, the foundation and the walls look really solid, but the roof is, I don't even know how the place was operating the less than, 3 years ago? I don't, no comment.
Any other questions? Thank you for your presentation. Oh, one other question.
Yeah.
Are you aware of Reggio's that, it's not all one level when you go in? and it
Yes,
goes down?
yes, I'm very well aware.
Okay. It's kind of an odd deception when you look at the building, you don't realize that you go in and then you gotta level down.
Yeah, everything about that building is odd.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. You're all
I can
set.
sit down?
Yes.
Okay.
Is there anybody else in the room or online wishing to speak in favor of petition 23-22? Hearing none, is there anybody in the room or online wishing to speak in opposition to petition 23-22? Any additional information?
No further information.
Okay, then we'll close the public hearing, and if there's any commissioners that wish to speak, speak now, or I will take a motion.
Make a motion to approve petition 23-22.
I will second.
We have a motion and a second. Donna, would you please call for the vote?
Woody Emmons,
Yes.
Sam Cressy,
Yes.
Nick Triola,
Yes.
Dale Freeman,
Yes.
Kathy White Gaddage.
Yes.
Mike Portalese,
Yes.
Chris Torty.
Yes, and petition 23-22 will pass to the council with a favorable rating. Brings us to the next item on the agenda, which is petition 23-23, an ordinance amending Chapter 137 of the Municipal Code of the City of Mishawaka, Indiana, as from time to time amended, commonly known as the zoning ordinance of the City of Mishawaka, Indiana. The city is seeking to amend the following. Section 137-4, definitions, to further define barbershops and beauty shops, microblading, and permanent makeup. Hello.
Hello. Mr. President, members of the commission, Ken Prince, Director of Planning and Community Development. This goes back really to 2018 as identified in the staff report. We started receiving requests for microblading and permanent makeup. Since that time, we've received 15 different requests, some through use variance, some through a zoning change. And we have received multiple requests from the Common Council that they would prefer that we amend the ordinance to allow it, rather than to continue to put people through the process. In those 15 requests, all of them were approved. And it's really an accessory to the barber shop, beauty shop definition. So what we did to separate it from tattooing, which was what the issue was, we were regulating it as a tattoo, is we created a separate definition defining what microblading is and permanent makeup is, distinguishing it from tattooing, to allow it to be considered essentially as part of a barber shop and beauty shop. And that's the reason for the 3 modifications to the definitions. That's essentially the amendment that we're requesting. It would allow for microblading and permanent makeup to be in all zoning districts where barber shops and beauty shops are currently permitted by right. And I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have on the requested amendment.
Questions for our executive director?
No, just a comment, and I think this is very appropriate, and
Right.
appreciate your work on it.
Of course.
Got a quick question. Was the definition of microblading, is that a generally accepted definition? I'm just curious if it's ever used for anything besides eyebrows, if that could lend itself to be an issue if somebody used it for like a beard or for a hairline or something similar.
I think we would loosely interpret that as hair replacement. Yes, we pulled the definition offline. This is
Okay.
not something that we created on our own.
Okay.
So it's really to distinguish it from, I want to say, the artistic craft of tattooing.
Right.
I think in those situations, I think there would be no question that it would fall under the definition.
Okay.
Any other questions? I have just one quick question. Does an ordinance amendment have a public hearing?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Excellent. Thank you very much for that presentation. Is there anybody else in the room or online wishing to speak in favor of petition 23-23? Hearing none, is there anybody in the room or online wishing to speak in opposition to petition 23-23? Is there any additional information?
No additional information.
Okay, then we will close the public hearing, and I will take a motion on the petition.
Make a motion to approve or petition 23-23?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. I think Chief got, no. Nick? Nick got it. Nick got the second. All right, please call for the vote.
Woody Emmons,
Yes.
Sam Cressy,
Yes.
Nick Triola,
Yes.
Dale Freeman,
Yes.
Kathy White Gaddage.
Yes.
Mike Portalese,
Yes.
Chris Torty.
Yes, and petition 23-23 23 will pass to the council with a favorable rating. This brings us to the last item on the agenda, which is petition 23-24, a request submitted by Gage Stewart requesting to rezone property at 3813 Lincoln Way East from C1 General Commercial North Part to C9 Auto and Vehicle Sales.
Good evening.
Hello.
My name's Jeff Ballard. I'm with Danch Harner and Associates, 1643 Commerce Drive in South Bend. I'm here representing Gage Stewart. As you know, he has worked with you in the past, his current automotive sales business, and he's wanting to expand his business to the east. He's purchased roughly an acre parcel immediately adjacent to his current business. The address for that is 3813 Lincoln Way East. The intention is for him to expand directly east. In order to do that, we need to rezone a certain portion of that property. So we're asking to rezone a 120-foot section of that almost 1 acre parcel. That zoning request would be from a C1 to a C9 automotive sales commercial designation. And you can see there in the diagram that the extents of that rezoning and property would match up with his current parcel. The remaining portion of the property would be zoned R2, 2-family. Nothing from his commercial business would be allowed to bleed down into that section of that land. Of course, the parcel, if we get approval tonight for the rezoning, we would follow through with a subdivision process to break that piece out from the 0.96 acres that it's on now. We would also take care of any engineering that would need to be done. So we do a full site plan, final site plan submittal. Landscaping, of course, would be brought up to standard. We would include a 7-foot opaque fence on the south and east side to bring that into code along with its use. Most of the parcel will be paved so that he can expand and put vehicles in that area. And with that, I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Questions for Mr. Ballard on this petition? No questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Is there anybody in the room or online wishing to speak in favor of petition 23-24? Hearing none. Oh, come on up. Hi.
Good evening.
Good evening.
I am Gage Stewart. I am the owner of Gage Auto, and we are looking to get this lot expanded so that we have more room for customer, employee, and also, of course, our vehicles. So it would be very great if we could have your approval. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else in the room or online wishing to speak in favor of petition 23-24? We'll move on. Is there anybody in the room wishing to speak in opposition to petition 23-24? Is there anybody online wishing to speak in opposition to petition 23-24? Is there any additional information?
Yes, the petitioner did submit an email of a photo from a letter from a neighbor to the east. It's from a Jenny Kaiser, and it reads, Mishawaka Planning Department.
Oh, hold on one second. Everybody on the commission, if you can turn your dial to the left, just a quarter turn. I think it's getting feedback on there.
Okay, it reads, Mishawaka Planning Department, regarding a petition submitted by Gage Stewart. Gage establishes and maintains good working relationships with his surrounding neighbors and exhibits tact and consideration with others, as his neighbors are adequately informed as to changes made. As a business person, he achieves his goals and is knowledgeable about current developments in his field of auto and vehicle sales. His improvements already shows his good intentions. We, the Kaisers, grant our request to Gage Stewart and wish him the best. And it's, this photograph, it's unsigned. It may be signed, but the picture didn't, I don't have the signature on the letter.
Bravo, that's great information. I always like additional information like that. It really adds to these things, and that's a very good testament to you. Okay, so with that additional information, I'll close the public hearing. And is there any commissioners that wish to speak? If not, I will take a motion on petition 23-24.
Just a question. and
Sure.
Probably addressing you. The remaining, when they do the subdivision and create this additional lot and zone it R2, is that large enough for anything? Is it going to leave enough space to put a house up, or?
Good evening, Mr. President, members of the commission. Could we have the aerial up on the screen? Could you slide that forward? I believe the parcel goes all the way back to 4th Street and would have frontage. It's not shown there, so it's an incredibly long lot. Correct me if I'm wrong, Derek, is that correct? Right, so I don't know. I know there's been issues with sewer regarding 4th Street, so being able to build something on that lot may be difficult because of that sewer issue, but in terms of being legal, I believe it would be a legal lot available for development. It just has development issues associated with it.
And can you explain why there's so much R2 in that area? Is that just conforming existing use?
Before my time, I have no idea.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
I appreciate that clarification. Is there any other communication that we need to have here? No? Okay, I'll take a motion on petition 23-24.
I move to approve petition 23-24.
We have a motion and a second. Woody was the second. Donna, would you please call for the vote?
Woody Emmons,
Yes.
Sam Cressy,
Yes.
Nick Triola,
Yes.
Dale Freeman,
Yes.
Kathy White Gaddich,
Yes.
Mike Porterlies,
Yes.
and Chris Doherty.
Yes, and petition 23-24 will pass to the council with a favorable rating. Is there any old business? New business?
I appreciate that.
I have a
Yeah.
couple things to say to you before you say a couple things.
I bet you do.
Thanks so much for serving. You were here when I got here. I learned a lot from you. You've been here 8 years. You've shared this with your family and your job, and you do a lot of travel. And I'm sure you'll be back on this in a few more years. We'll get you back in it, but I understand, and I just wanted to thank you so much for
Oh, I
being
appreciate
on
that.
this
I
and
appreciate it.
participating.
It's
It means a
been-
lot.
It's been an absolute honor to serve. So,
I'm going to miss it next to you.
thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Mr. President, I just want to add to your comments. So Nick, Donna looked it up. You started in 2013, so it's been a little over a decade of being
told
on
me
here. So you crossed the 10-year mark. And this really isn't goodbye because we want to have you back. So when your life changes and you've been a great commission member, and we want to make sure that you understand that this is just a temporary leave of absence, that you are coming back to the commission. So thank you.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Any additional new business? Privilege of the floor. Would anybody like to speak on any items that are not on the agenda tonight? Then a motion for adjournment. Motion to adjourn. All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned. Thank you.